There's not been many days in my life where I've woken up and realised I'm in the future. Today is one of those days though, where the first Tesla news story that passes my blurry morning eyes is this. Teslas now drive themselves from their birthplace at the factory to their designated loading dock lanes without human intervention, one step closer to large-scale, unsupervised, full self-driving. Can you imagine being the CEO of any other car company on earth waking up to this news today with the realisation that they are still struggling to produce compelling, profitable electric cars, let alone EVs that literally drive themselves out of the factory and 1.2 miles to park themselves? This is crazy, not just the self-driving bit, but the fact that Fremont's layout is so higgledy-piggledy that it takes this long of a drive from leaving the factory to parking up. A bit different to driving through a short tunnel as the Cybertrucks get to do before reaching their parking spaces at Giga, Texas. And yes, the Cybertruck birthing tunnel is just another one of Tesla's achievements on their continued mission of not forgetting to do cool shit. I could watch this all day long. Thanks Joe Tegmeyer for continuing to share your amazing drone footage of goings on at Tesla locations. But of course, the difference between the Fremont factory in LA and Texas's Gigafactory is that the Gigafactory in Texas was built with efficiency in mind. A brand new factory for them to figure out exactly how to lay it all out efficiently, very much unlike Tesla's first factory in Fremont, where they had to just make do with what was there. But let's go back to the future with these self-driving and parking Teslas. Previous to this, hundreds of employees would have had to drive this route every day to get these cars ready for shipping to wherever. This isn't just a party trick, it's efficient, money-saving genius for Tesla. We are now on board with a Tesla Model Y as it leaves the assembly line after just being built predominantly by other machines. There's another rabbit hole I could go down discussing the machines that build the machine, but come on Will, focus. As we watch this, just imagine being sat in the back of this car. Sure, it will be mind-blowing for the first few journeys perhaps, but once you're used to it, it will be as normal as trusting a lift or an elevator for my American friends. Get in, tell it where it's going, and go. Just look how confident this is, coming to a smooth stop, giving way to oncoming traffic, and even preparing to go with adjusting the steering wheel here in anticipation of when this car will be passed. I know I get a little overexcited about Tesla, but good grief, this is fantastic to watch. What we are witnessing is close to Tesla's end result of solving autonomy once and for all. It's been a long journey, hasn't it? One that's been fraught with challenges, dead ends, total rewrites of the software, coding and overall strategy, but perseverance has paid off. Over 10 years in the making, following the introduction of external cameras with the Autopilot Hardware 1 in 2014. But Tesla continued to expand and enhance its camera systems. In October 2016, Tesla introduced Autopilot Hardware 2 with the Model S and Model X. This update included 8 cameras for the first time around the vehicle, significantly increasing the vehicle's field of view for better autonomous driving capabilities. Then in April 2019, Tesla released Autopilot Hardware 3, which included enhanced processing power to handle the data from the cameras better. While the number of cameras remained the same, the hardware was upgraded to process the data more efficiently. Then, the exciting bit, in 2021, with the introduction of Tesla Vision, Tesla began to rely more heavily on camera data for autopilot and full self-driving functionalities, reducing the dependency on radar in favour of visual data from cameras. This was part of an ongoing shift towards a vision-based system, just as we humans do it with just 2 eyeballs and a basic human brain. Late 2022 and beyond, Tesla has continued to refine this system with updates focusing on software improvements to interpret camera data more accurately, alongside minor hardware tweaks for new models. Tesla also began using high-resolution cameras to improve the quality of the visual input. After all the challenges, backward steps, naysayers and haters, here we are today at the beginning of 2025, where we get to witness Teslas driving themselves in unsupervised mode from the factory straight to the car park. And finally, after all these years of excitedly telling my friends that Teslas will drive themselves someday, I'm inching towards sounding less insane too. Hurrah! It really is just a matter of time before these cars deliver themselves to new owners, chauffeur them around when called upon, and of course allow for dedicated robo-taxis to operate around the world. Might we finally be in the year that full self-driving unsupervised can roll out to consumer vehicles? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. But I want to discuss one little bee in my bonnet whilst I think about it. The people who mock Tesla for being late to deliver autonomy. Whilst I totally sympathise with anyone who's bought full self-driving and hasn't received that service, something I think Tesla should reimburse everybody for in the interest of doing the right thing, I have to call out the haters who continue to smugly play down the level of skill required to solve self-driving cars. I mean, what's the most impressive challenge you have solved or built? Is it building a car or solving autonomy? No? Well, shut up then. Elon Musk and Tesla likely believed they were on the cusp of solving full self-driving autonomy when they decided to equip every Model 3 with an expensive suite of cameras and a powerful computer, especially given Musk's optimistic public statements about autonomous driving. Despite the financial strain during the Model 3 production ramp-up, which nearly led to bankruptcy, Tesla's strategy was to future-proof their vehicles, betting on their ability to develop the necessary software to unlock these capabilities. This move reflects their long-term vision of transforming transportation rather than viewing the hardware as a waste of money. Instead, it was an investment in making their cars part of a future autonomous fleet, even if it meant enduring short-term financial challenges. The point being, Elon Musk really believed it was going to be solved sooner, but unfortunately, developing self-driving tech was much harder than expected. Any thinking person would show some respect to that. With every full self-driving video I see, or from my first-hand experience of using FSD version 12.5, which is already outdated by now, to seeing folks summoning their Teslas around huge car parks, and now this, we are witnessing one of the largest disrupting companies in history. This is why Elon Musk and Tesla leads. They had the vision to see an autonomous future, a fully electric future, one that can be powered by sustainable energy, which is still Tesla's mission statement if you didn't know, to accelerate the world's transition to sustainable energy, a mission that is tirelessly being worked towards. No other auto company has pulled this off. No other company has the manufacturing advantage like Tesla. No other company is about to unleash such an enormous revenue stream that is full self-driving. And then we remember Optimus, Tesla's humanoid robot that will learn to navigate our world just as these Teslas do. Are you ready for that? There's lots to consider when discussing our inevitable future of robots and AI. Like this excellent but slightly terrifying conversation I had recently. Check it out next if you want a glimpse into both a utopia and a dystopian future. Or perhaps you'd like to hear police officers react to their first Tesla experience instead. Check them out next. I'm Will. This is the Tesla Jigsaw. Thank you, Patreons. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.